Hello and welcome to one and only Jonathon now from the one and only Pitchback Mike here on the Metal Mixtape. What is up, brother?
Not too much. Thank you for having me, and thank you for traveling the seas and climbing the mountains and fighting the trolls to be here for us tonight.
Dude, it's insane, man. Hey, you know, man, when you have more than one kid now, it's insane. One kid is tough. Two kids, you're like, holy moly, dude.
For sure.
You know, it's like, but and I'm not gonna lie, I think the second kid is just a lot easier.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've only got one little one right now, so.
Oh, okay.
That's definitely what I've heard.
Yeah, well, I always think the worries with the first one is that, like, you know, when the baby sleeps too much or it just doesn't make any noises, you're always like walking up to the baby to see if it's breathing.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean? But now, like, if my kid's sitting there passed out, I'm just like, it's just, you know. It's
just for the best.
Yeah, she's good. You know. Yeah. You know, but before I used to hover over like my kid's bed, I'd be like, is he breathing? He'd be asleep, and I put like my ear up to his chest, and be like, all right, he's good.
Get that paranoid fast heartbeat when you don't see him breathing. Like, is he breathing? No.
So, Jonathon, super excited to have you, man. One of my favorite vocalists in the state of Oregon. You show just like extreme passion. Just a straight up entertainer. Great vocals, very entertaining. You're a badass singer, and it's just great seeing you up there with Pitch Black Mouse.
Oh, thank you very much. I definitely strive to entertain. It's my avenue, it's my release, so why not show everybody what I've got inside, you know, the feeling, the passion I have. Why not let everyone else feel the same thing that I do?
Dude, for sure, dude. I remember I once interviewed your band on here, but, you know, I'm happy that we get to have a one-on-one because, you know, I definitely want to go over some old questions because now that we got a little bit more time, you know, we get to go in depth with the Zero. You know
I'm
definitely
excited. This is the first time I've been interviewed just by myself, so Omar, you're my first. Be gentle.
I will, dude, but you'd be surprised how many people can't answer certain questions. But no, you're good, man. You got it.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I don't give you the hard questions till the end. So.
Good.
But dude, you know what, man? One of the things I always love doing, man, and you know, I'll learn more about you in this interview than I'll learn that I knew since I've known you. You know what I mean? So, you know, one of the first things, you know, I always love asking, dude, is like, it's like, when you were younger, dude, when was your first like real heavy metal moment where, like, I know everybody listens to music, their parents will play music or somebody was into something, but tell me the first moment where, like, it literally made you addicted, man, whether you were a kid, teenager, or adult. When was the first time you ever got addicted, and how was that experience, and by what?
You know, I think the first reason I got addicted is because I got scared by a song. I was just kind of coming into my own and trying to find my own way in music, you know, finding stuff that I liked. And I had a buddy of mine that when I was probably in 5th grade, he showed me the song Suicide Note Part 2 by Pantera. And that was the first thing that I'd ever heard that was that utterly insane. And I couldn't wrap my head around it. And I was like, this is too much. But I couldn't get that out of my head. I couldn't get that, like, ooh, it felt cheesy, but it felt dangerous, you know? Like, it was, compared to the stuff that I had been listening to that point and the stuff that I grew up on, it was crazy to me. So, just hearing that song kind of put that seed in me, at least for when it comes to Pantera. And then, you know, as with a lot of people from my age range, once I got to Pantera, things kind of blew up from there.
Did you always, so when you got into you know, music at an early age, did you always know that the vocalist is what you wanted to be, or were you playing other instruments, and why?
I've never played an instrument. I always wanted to be a guitar player / singer, you know, in the style like Hetfield. Just because I love guitar solos. I love, you know, just the idea of being able to play just awesome riffs and stuff. But I think do think it was the vocals that got me overall. You know, it was something about, you know, letting everybody see what's inside you that they don't normally see. You know, getting a glimpse of who you really are. And I thought, for me, I felt the only way I could do that was, you know, being right up front, you know, being front and center with the vocals, I guess.
Who was the first vocalist you ever like kind of mimicked? You know, not necessarily mimicked, but like, you know, like my first vocalist that I ever tried to like sing and was always like Serge Tankian from System of a Down when I was younger. And who was the first vocalist that you knew all the songs, all the lyrics, all the covers, and the vocalist that like kind of broke your throat a little bit?
Well, that's a good question with maybe a bad answer. I've never known any of the lyrics to my favorite songs. I cannot retain any of that. I could sing along with it, you know, I can karaoke, but I could not even, right now, I probably couldn't tell you the lyrics to my favorite song. It just doesn't resonate with me as much as the way that the lyrics are delivered. But for me, oh man, daydreaming, Meatloaf was my guy.
I love
who I always daydreamed about. But when it came to actually trying to sing, oh man, I don't know if I tried to go off any kind of point of reference like a singer, you know, like I just kind of tried to make the same sound, I guess, you know.
Yeah. No, I dig it. No, I dig it, man. I was more saying like, you know, all right, how about this, man? Who was like, you know, obviously, you know, you had your favorite music and your favorite bands and all that. But who was the lead singer that like you really looked up to that you were just like, okay, like that guy knows what he's doing. That guy is delivering with raw power. Like who was that first for you, where like you kind of like kept your eye on him?
Oh, very first for me was definitely Ramo, just because he was the only one that I, you know, with my limited background or knowledge, he was the only one that I really knew that would do the heavy stuff, but would also have an amazing singing voice at the same time. And those two things together were what really made me gravitate towards metal. So I'm like, okay, I can do the crazy stringy stuff and get that part of my emotion out, but then I can also do the singing stuff and still be in that metal genre. He made it feel okay to kind of be able to sing and sound cool and pretty, you know, at the same time.
Do you recall your first ever show as a frontman or lead singer?
Yeah,
ever period.
Well, my first show was actually my first time on stage in front of people. We just played two songs during another band's set. They brought us up and let us play two songs on their instruments, and then they continued their set. So it was really cool, but wow, that was nerve-wracking.
Well, what was it, man? Tell me about it. Tell me your experience. How did it feel? Singing into that mic? I need to hear about what went through your body and what it triggered inside you, my dude.
Well, I remember knowing that it was the plan. It was the plan for the night, and we were going to do it. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I was all shaky and nervous, and I remember getting up there, and everything kind of tunnel visioned, and like I felt my heart just just inside my chest, and like I hardly remember singing the first song. I remember introducing the second song, and you know, saying something random about the band that let us do it. The band was called Dark Carnival, and it was when I was in Reno in a band called Half Dead at the time, and it was the first band I'd ever been in. So I'd never even been on stage, much less sang in front of anybody else aside from the band members. So this was kind of like make or break in my mind. Like, can I do it? Do I have what it takes? Because I'm like, I get stage fright. Am I gonna back out? And I remember just going up there, just giving it all I had. You know, what I thought was all I had at the time. And there was a video of it for a while, and I remember looking back, and I was just so stiff and nervous, and it was like, it's embarrassing to watch, but at the same time, it was like, that was my threshold. Like, I went over that fear barrier, and I got that out, and I was like, okay, I want more of this.
Dude, that's sick, man. Those moments, dude, they resonate, and you get to see exactly like where your strengths are and where you need to grow. And,
Absolutely.
And that's totally sick, dude. So, dude, you have this awesome, little name on the other side of Jonathon. Where did Zero come from? Where was that inspired from?
I kind of kept that in the back of my head for a long time, and kind of forgot about it until I started singing in band. But a long time ago, when I was in high school, I wasn't a great student. I wasn't a bad kid. I was just one of those guys that I didn't go to school because I didn't like being at school. I didn't skip school to smoke pot or drink or do anything bad. I'd hang out at home listening to music or maybe go to an arcade or something. But I remember being in class one time and I made some mistake and bumped into some girl and she got really mad and she just went off on me, just talking about, you're never here, you never turn in assignments, why are you even here? You're not going to be anything. You're not going to do anything with your life. You're just going to be a zero. You're just going to be. I think she called me John Zero because no one was calling me John back then. And so I didn't really think of it at the time, but after that day, it kind of it resonated with me. I'm like, I'm going to be a zero. If I'm going to be a zero, I'll be a zero in my own way.
Wow, what a story, man. That's pretty rad, dude. That's like a movie about your life.
Sometimes that's what I feel like.
That's cool, dude. It's so did you I know for me in life, I always carry things on my shoulder. I always carry a chip on my shoulder as far as times in my life where I felt like people really doubted me or counted me out. Does that ever still resonate with you until this day? That comment?
The comment, not too much. No, to me it was like I guess it was kind of in a way I kind of felt like that myself. It was like I kind of felt like I was. In one way, I felt like I was destined for failure. I also felt like I was destined for greatness, and I didn't know what to make of those feelings together. And eventually, that chip on my shoulder throughout the years became everyone around me giving up and quitting and never continuing with music. And I can't really explain why that irritates me so much when people just give up, when it comes to music and things like that. And I understand that there are things that come up in life where, you've got to take care of things, but just when people just don't come back to it, and maybe it's because it's the only thing that, I've ever had that I've called my own was music, and I can't quite fathom ever giving up on it.
Dude, that's beautiful, man. No, I 110% agree on that, dude. For me, it's not even a thought process. It's not even a plan B to ever stop. I always call it's exactly what you said. It's something that you have that no one can ever take away. You know what I mean? It's something that you love that and people can take away your money, your house, and everything, but no one can take away the way you feel about music, dude. And I think it resonates, dude, with how you go up on stage, because I feel like you have to emotionally be committed to be able to do, to be able to really perform and show your emotions, Chester Bennington from Linkin Park, Chris Cornell, all those guys really wore their emotions out on stage, I bet you just can't wait to get on stage because, you just seem like you're just a wallop of just energy and emotions.
Yeah, absolutely. The hard part, I'm sure is that time before you get on, especially that last 30 minutes, 15 minutes, when the band before you says, okay, this is the last two songs, and you get that, I get that flutter and I start, pacing even more, because I want to get up there because I can't, I can't quite access the same, for lack of a better term, the same person on stage as I am off stage, but I feel it like bubbling and trying to come out. And so it's like, I need to get up on stage and let this person, I need to exercise this and let it be, let everyone see it, and then kind of let it go for the night.
It's tough, man, dude. You want to know what's tough? One of the biggest lessons I ever had to learn as like a lead singer is not getting so overly excited that I blow my load the first song.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a lesson you kind of have to learn the hard way.
Oh yeah, because like the whole time I'm talking about like you pacing going back and forth, then you get that spark of energy from the crowd where you're just like, all right, they love it. They love me. I'm gonna go hard.
3 songs in, you're like, oh, how many songs do we have left?
Dude, that's awesome, dude. I know for me, anytime before I go up on stage, I always get hydrated and I always take an anxiety poop or an anxiety puke. Wherever it decides to come out, I do something like that. But what's a routine that you do like hours before you get up on stage?
Aside from getting on my stage garb, my suit and everything, doing a little makeup, the only thing I've ever done that kind of has been my final step before I go on stage is I put electrical tape around the fingers on my right hand. Just something I started doing on the way to a show back in my Reno days, and it just stuck with me. And for some reason, it's like my mental kind of game on, kind of focusing, like a wrestler would put on his wrist tape, or a football player puts on his football things. It's just like this is what I need to be fully immersed.
Dude, I love it, dude. We're gonna talk a little bit about Pitch Black Mass, and then we're gonna talk about your 5 favorite singers right now.
Right on.
But dude, Pitch Black Mass, awesome band. We played your song "The Storm." You have some upcoming shows. You guys have accomplished a lot of feats, dude. What do you love about being in Pitch Black Mass? And just tell us like a compliment on each one of your band members about what makes them special.
Yeah, that shouldn't be too hard. Well, one of the things I love is the fact that everybody in this band is seasoned to one extent or the other. Everyone's been in bands before for many years, and everyone's got knowledge. And when we all got to the table together and brought everything we could, there was never any conflict. Everything just went smoothly and just flowed. And everyone brought their years of knowledge and their years of, not gonna take crap from, I don't know what I was gonna say there, but, everyone just brings just their knowledge that they've accumulated over the years. You got somebody like, I guess I would kind of lump Matt and Tony together. I mean, it's kind of fair. You guys know who they are. That's Matt and Tony, formerly of This Eye and Shanoa. They're, basically legends before I even met them, far before I even met them. And, Matt just brings such a happy-go-lucky, energy to everything that he does. He's always happy to see people, always happy to be around music, on stage playing music, anything he can to be around metal music and metal people. He's all for it, man. He's the guy that will go out there and talk to everybody and shoot all day and all night and make best friends with everybody he can, And Tony's very much the same way. He brings such a happy but chill attitude, I've never seen him upset when it comes to music or playing music. And man, that guy is just such a damn beast on the drums. So I remember watching him, in Roseburg, in between when we didn't have any drummer. It was just Gordon Jr. and I. We were up there on the top of this parking garage looking down, watching Live Aside play their farewell show. And Gordon and I, Junior, up there being like, damn, man, can you imagine Tony being in this band? And we were all just looking at each other like, that would be insane.
Oh, that's when Pitchback Matt did like an acoustic set, right?
Yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah, that was over at the Duck Trap. I remember that.
Yeah, that's what it was. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah. So it was great finally getting those two on board. Junior's the guy that I started this all with. That was way back. We got to know each other through Dustin Gibbons, who's actually now the drummer for Chainbound. We started jamming with him, and it just didn't work out time-wise and commitment-wise. But Junior and I, we just wanted to stick it out, and for a few years, we trying to find drummers and bass players, and nothing was really working out. And then we finally found a drummer. The drummer just happened to bring our good old bass player Gordon James Stacy around, and I think if you've ever met Gordon, you can see probably why he's liked. He's very loud, but he is. I think his heart is as big as his voice is, and I don't know what else I can say about Gordon, man. He's just he's an intense figure with a big heart, and I'm very glad to have him as my bass player.
Dude, that's super awesome. No, I love your band, dude. Everybody in the band brings such intense energy in. But you know what I love about your band is that everybody, you're gonna tell when a band is all committed to each other, and it just makes sense with the chemistry. You know what I mean? I always feel like when you want to be in any sort of successful band, everybody has to buy in to the idea of the band in the first place. Because you can easily, I can pinpoint from a mile away when a band member is just up there to play and get off.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And when I watch you guys do it, it's like it's the same. It's what you said about I personally have known I've known Matt forever. I think I've probably played like 20 shows with Shanoa. Like 3 New Year's Eves, rest in peace, Leia. But dude, I was so happy when Tony and Matt joined your band. For me it was like you guys getting 2 first round drafts.
Absolutely, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, and dude, I'm very analytical. So when I saw that happen, I was like, they're getting powerful. Like, cause you guys were already powerful, but the thing is, it's like you already had like your O line and you had your quarterback, but you guys just got like 2 number 1 wide receivers, or a number 1 running back and a number 1 wideout. Yeah,
we were only going to go for the running back. We only because we were just a 4-piece before, and we never intended to have another guitar player. But Matt had to step in and be like, no, if you're going to take him, you're taking me too. And this is the first time that Matt's played guitar in the band in I couldn't even tell you how many years. Since he started singing in bands, he hadn't played any guitar at all. And so
I remember hearing that story.
Yeah, and so when him and Tony joined up, that was his first time being back on the guitar. And it was the same for Junior when we started playing together. He hadn't played guitar in I can't remember, maybe 15 years or so. And so I just like the idea of kind of new beginnings in a way for in many different ways for a lot of people.
Dude, that is super badass. I love that, dude. I love hearing everything that I've heard in this interview, dude. And just the story behind Zero growing up, playing a couple songs with a band, and really diving in and just everything great about your band. It's super awesome. But you know what? We have about 5 minutes left, and we got to get down to your 5 favorite singers right now. I hope you had. Did you write these down?
I did.
Sweet. Cool, man. The last interview I did, I called. We had this whole interview plan, and I literally it went to the last ring, and I woke him up. And I was like, "You serious, man?" He's like, "Oh, people are flimsy." I'm like, "You've never listened to my show." He's like, I didn't think you were for real. I'm like, what do you mean?
Well, you're a telemarketer, man. I don't know.
All right, dude. Start off at number 5 to your number 1 favorite singers right now.
Can I give you an honorable mention?
Sure.
All right, this is very new to me. I have a 16-year-old son. He's about to be 17. He lives in Reno, and he introduced me to Kim Dracula.
Oh, yeah. I've heard.
I never... Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say huge hype.
Yeah, it's utterly insane. Like, I admire so much the fact that he wants to do all these different genres at the same time. That was one of my dreams when I was young, to be like, I love all this different type of music. I wish I could take it all and make it orbit around metal and make it all fit seamlessly together. And Kim Dracula does a really good job at that.
Awesome. Great honorable mention. No, I've heard of them, and they're insane.
Okay, and so I got my first is no particular order. I got Nicholas Carlson, who's from the band Orbit Culture.
Oh, I love him, dude. His song "See Through Me."
Yeah,
is my favorite song.
My favorite is "Saw" myself, but
I love this song too.
He's got a powerful voice, and to me, it's got like a subtle element back to like some thrash days, maybe like early '90s thrash, but it's like hidden under really heavy vocals.
Yep. No, he's awesome, dude. Awesome pick. I love Orbit Culture, dude. They're sick.
All right. Also, another one that I'm fairly new on the bandwagon to, but the one and only Ronnie Radke. I think.
I knew you were gonna bring him up. I knew it. I freaking knew it. I'm a genius. Go ahead.
Much like I was talking about Kim Dracula, the way that dude has taken everything that he's influenced by and put it into the music that he loves, it shows to me. Plus the fact that he pisses everybody off. That's like there aren't many people that do that anymore. Everyone's so walk on eggshells, don't piss anybody off. This guy just does his thing, and it's not my type. It's not who I am. Not the type of person I am. But I admire the fact that he's just got that kind of attitude, that rock star attitude that nobody really has anymore, good or bad.
All right. I like it.
Right.
Go ahead.
Third is a band that's kind of new to me, but been around a while, is Winston McCall from Parkway Drive.
Oh God, he's so good. I love that band so much. They're so phenomenal live. Like, and they're headlining festivals right now, and oh my gosh, so good, dude. I'm being all excited because literally, like, not even less than 2 weeks ago, I literally watched, I think, their whole performance at Summer Breeze. I believe they played. It was either Summer Breeze or Bloodstock, but I watched their whole performance, and Wild Eyes and all those songs that they play are just.
I still go back and watch their Vaughan performance, man. That still gives me chills at certain points because you can just tell how much that dude loves where he is and what he's doing. Like, he just doesn't care. Like, he just goes at it. He's got such a clean, heavy, expressive voice.
Yep.
All right. And third is fourth, I should say, is I guess a kind of an odd one. It's Steve Wilson. He's from a band called Porcupine Tree.
Okay, I've heard that name.
Not in these last two ones aren't incredibly metal.
Hey, these aren't supposed to be about metal, man. It's a metal show, but it's not metal.
So this dude, like, I don't think he really does many heavy vocals. The music gets heavy at times, but it's very ambient, and it makes me feel like I'm on the verge of having a flu whenever I listen to it. And I love it. And my fifth would be a gal named Lauren Mayberry from the band called Churches. I don't know if you call them a band or a group. I'm horrible at giving people their genres, but it's more like a synth kind of electro stuff with a dark edge. The first song I ever heard is a song called oh man, I just lost it. Learn to Drown. It's featuring Robert Smith from The Cure, which is why I found them. Big Cure fan, and so it's she's a really phenomenal singer. It's a good band, very, in the same way that Porcupine Tree is very ambient and very spacey and dark, and I like those elements in my music. Just if anything kind of has that dark tinge to it, a little bit of darkness to it, I gravitate towards it.
Yeah. I love it. That's a good list, man.
Thanks.
Yeah. I'm always preaching who I think like the best singers in metal are. I always say it like in my YouTube videos and everything. I think the best singer in metal right now in general is Brittany Slays from Alicia Archers.
Alright.
Either her or Floor Jansen from Nightwish. Like
Floor Jansen's pretty amazing.
Oh, dude, Floor is just incredible. But I mean, I don't know. There's so many great singers too. That's just my biased opinion.
It is really hard to pick from the modern crowd too, because there's a lot of people that you come across that you haven't really learned to love before.
Yep.
You just get into like it's new to you.
Yeah, no, absolutely, dude. I mean, I didn't get into Nightwish like 4 years ago, and then I listened to their whole discography, and I was just like, wow. And she was an opera singer before she did anything.
Yeah.
And she moves on stage, and I don't know. I've always been a fan of like people who can control and manipulate notes.
Mm-hmm.
And just like breathing exercises. Like I don't know. That's always been my jam. But dude. I love your list. We're going to end the show playing Casting Shadows by Pitch Black Mass. Dude, do you have any shout-outs or thanks you want to give out before we let you go?
No, I don't. I can't think of anything that I want to say. We got some shows coming up, but check out our Spotify, check out our Facebook, and we'll be at a stage near you.
Sweet, dude. All right. I'm going to shoot you three funny questions. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, this one I did online yesterday. If you could change your BO to be any smell, what would it be?
Strawberries.
Can you imagine you're going through a jog and you're just like, hey, like I need a shower. Like, can you smell
Why
that?
are these deer following me?
All right. If you could choose your death, but it had to be by somebody in a horror movie, who would you choose to kill you and how would they do it?
Ooh, buddy. Well, oh man, I would have to say that I've always wanted to be killed by the leprechaun. After selfishly using up all his gold for my own desires.
Didn't he call it shilling?
Shilling, yeah, shilling. Yeah,
my shilling.
The legendary Warwick Davis.
Oh, dude, I love him, dude. Yeah. Oh my God, what's the movie that starts with a W? Willow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love him, dude.
Childhood classic.
Oh yeah, love it. What's the band or artist that you listen to frequently that's furthest from the style of your band?
A band called Yonder Mountain String Band. It's a bluegrass band.
I love it, dude.
Yeah, they're very good.
I love it. What is one thing you're great at that a lot of people don't know about that you think you're good at?
I think the only thing I've really been ever good at is entertaining people and performing.
What? There isn't like a special dish you know how to cook? That's great.
No, I'm not too proficient in a lot of things. I can't think of any cool answers.
All right.
I don't build space. I don't build model rockets or breed dogs. So
cool.
That's what I got.
All right. Okay. What's something you're terrible at that you wish you could learn overnight?
Dancing.
Dude, you know you can dance, bro. Come on. You got rhythm on stage.
I'm my own flesh. I think that's a big part of it.
Is there a particular style of dancing you wish you could learn or want to learn?
I've always liked salsa, the food and the dance.
Oh, dude, I can see you salsaing on stage, dude. Like just talking to the band about bringing like some maracas and a Pitch Black Mass intro, you know?
Oh, yeah. But then, I'd be dig into some swing too, you know?
Oh, dude, swing would be dope. I've always wanted to like throw a chick up in the air and catch her, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And have like those super baggy like mafia pants.
Zuzu ride, baby.
I love it, dude. All right, Jonathon Zero. Last but not least, can you say this is Jonathon Zero from Pitch Black Mass, and you are listening to the Metal Mixtape.
This is Mr. Zero for Pitch Black Mass, and you are listening to the Metal Mixtape.